What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. So once again, another iPhone comparison. We're going to be comparing the brand new iPhone 11 Pro to the somewhat new iPhone 8 Plus. Now, the 8 Plus has been out for a minute now, it's been out since 2017. But the 11 Pro is the successor to it, kind of in a way. I mean, the XS Max or the 11 Pro Max is more so the successor, but you guys know what I mean. The 11 Pro is still, the flagship phone, $1,000 for this one. However, you can still pick up an iPhone 8 Plus brand new at the Apple Store, even though it was released in 2017. This is one of the few older iPhones that Apple is still selling, the iPhone 8, 8 Plus, and iPhone XR. And they're selling the 8 Plus, I believe. I always mess this up. I think it's $549 or something like that. Or $529. I'll put a screenshot of the full price on the screen so you guys can check it out. But that's still, that is like half the cost of this 11 Pro brand new. So I'm curious to see what the big difference is between these. You're spending twice the amount on this phone, so is it worth that much? And I'll tell you like this, the 11 Pro is a better phone pretty much in every single way. Obviously, you're getting a kind of a bigger screen, but the build quality is kind of better. The screen is noticeably better in my opinion. The performance speed improvement should be there. The camera should be an improvement, but I guess we'll go ahead and check out fully between these which one is the better one. I'm telling you the 11 Pro is. However, before I get too far into this, I'm still doing my iPhone XR giveaway. Sorry, my autofocus is everywhere, but if you want to enter, all you have to do is click that second link down or fourth link down in the description. It'll say free iPhone XR giveaway. Click on that link. It'll take you to a video. Watch that video in its entirety. It'll explain exactly how to enter. I just want to say thank you so much, for the views being up and all that. So that'll be down in the description if you guys want to enter that. Now, looking around both these phones, what I can definitely tell you is they both kind of feel somewhat similar in the hand. Now, the iPhone 8 Plus does have a crack back here, but you're not going to get that if you get a brand new. Around the chassis, you can't really tell that big of a difference if I'm being honest. They both have glass back, so that's probably why. Maybe the 11 Pro kind of gives the illusion that it is more premium, but I don't know. You do have that aluminum siding on both, but it does feel better on the 11 Pro. Looking on the back, you can see kind of a big difference. The 11 Pro has that triple camera setup. The 8 Plus has that dual camera setup. And honestly, yes, the 11 Pro's camera will be better because, it is a better sensor. You have the telephoto as well as the ultra wide, which I'll get into in a second. But overall, which way you look at it, both phones are going to take very good photos. But the backs of these phones, you do have a pretty big difference. You have the frosted back on the iPhone 11 Pro, but just the standard glass back on the iPhone 8 Plus. Is it a big difference? Not to me, but to you it might be. I kind of prefer the 8 Plus's feeling, but to each their own, you know what I mean? The thickness of both of them is kind of comparable. The 11 Pro might be a little bit thicker, but it's not by much. They both almost feel the same thickness a little bit, but I think the 11 Pro kind of gives the illusion that it is thicker. And I do believe it is actually thicker overall, so that pretty much covers that. You have a 5.8-inch OLED display, Super Retina XDR OLED display on the iPhone 11 Pro, but a 5.5-inch IPS panel on the iPhone 8 Plus. Yes, the 11 Pro's panel will be better, but it kind of just depends. Which one do you like more? Do you like the OLED side? Do you like the IPS panel? 9 times out of 10, you will prefer the OLED display, but this one is cheaper, so you kind of have to figure that out. And obviously by the design, you can tell the 11 Pro looks so much better than the 8 Plus, and that's the biggest disadvantage of the iPhone 8 Plus. It's not the processor, it's not the cameras, it's just the way it looks, it definitely looks outdated to a lot of people. So that pretty much covers that. Now, in terms of the software, this is where things get a little interesting, okay? The 11 Pro, in theory, should outlast the iPhone 8 Plus, right? But here's the thing. The iPhone 8 Plus has the same chipset as the iPhone 10. And I do have a theory of mine that Apple might extend the lifespan of the iPhone 10 to match pretty much the XS, maybe even the 11, but that's kind of far out there. Definitely to at least the XS. So doesn't that mean that this one with the same chipset as the iPhone 10, don't you think that this one would also be extended to that same lifespan? It's a super far out theory. There's no way to verify it yet, but in my opinion, I think that could be a possibility. So in terms of software right now, yes, without a doubt, the iPhone 11 Pro will exceed it. It'll definitely go further than the iPhone 8 Plus will. But I don't know, as far as we know, this is the last iPhone that Apple is making with the home button. Unless they make the SE2 with the refreshed iPhone 8 design. But either or, that's pretty much what we're looking at for that. So now let's go ahead and do a little bit of a speed comparison. I'll go ahead and tell you specs of both the phones, and then we'll get into the speeds and everything. The iPhone 8 Plus has the Apple A11 Bionic chip with 3 GB of RAM, where the iPhone 11 Pro has the Apple A13 Bionic chip, a hexa-core CPU, and 4 GB of RAM, so an additional gigabyte of RAM on here where you don't have it on the iPhone 8 Plus. So let's go ahead and see which one is the faster device. Is it going to be the newer phone that's probably going to be faster, or is it going to be the older phone that's probably not going to be faster? I've been proven wrong before. I can't wait to be proven wrong again. I can't even talk today, but let's go and see which one is the faster phone between these. Alright, I got all these apps cleared out, and sorry I always smack my lips whenever I'm doing these. Let's go and do Facebook. 3, 2, 1. And the 11 Pro was the faster one, as expected. SoundCloud. 3, 2, 1. And again, the iPhone 11 Pro is the faster one, but just by a little bit, not by a crazy amount. Twitter. 3, 2, 1. And as you can see, 11 Pro again is the faster one. Snapchat. 3, 2, 1. And again, 11 Pro the faster one. Instagram. 3, 2, 1. And again, 11 Pro is faster. Netflix. 3, 2, 1. And the 11 Pro is the faster one. It was kind of weird because the iPhone 8 Plus, I don't know, it never loads on Netflix for some reason. Bofa. 3, 2, 1. As you can see, the iPhone 8 Plus was a little bit slower than the iPhone 11 Pro. Temple Run 2, 3, 2, 1. And you can see, the 11 Pro is way ahead, but I have had problems with this before with the iPhone 8 Plus, so I can't give it too much flack. Quizlet, 3, 2, 1. Again, the 11 Pro is faster. Dropbox, 3, 2, 1. And again, the 11 Pro is a faster one. Thank you. 3, 2, 1. And you can see 11 Pro again, way faster. Getting to some gameplay. You can see almost identical. Very little difference between them. Snake versus Blocks. 3, 2, 1. Okay, as you can see again, very, very fast on the iPhone 11 Pro, but still pretty fast on the iPhone 8 Plus. Let's see if there's any difference. You can see very little difference between them. I barely even see any. Paper out 2, 3, 2, 1. And you can see it was kind of the same, getting into some gameplay. You can see it's almost the same. Not too much of a difference. Dude, there's construction going on right now. I'm sorry about that noise in the back. For Ninja, 3, 2, 1. And way faster on the 11 Pro, as you can see again. Very, very fast on the 11 Pro, but still kind of fast on the 8 Plus. Temple Run, the original one, 3, 2, 1. And I will have to restart this one. 3, 2, 1. And look at that, the 8 Plus actually beat it. Getting into some gameplay. It kind of stuttered a little bit on the 8 Plus, I'm not going to lie. Okay, as you can see, very basic game. Wait, did I already do Temple Run? I meant Temple Run 2. Oh, whatever. Showing you guys the benchmark, you can see obviously much, much faster on the iPhone 11 Pro. The 8 Plus 225, iPhone 11 Pro 457. Not a crazy, crazy difference. Actually, there's kind of a crazy difference in my opinion, but I noticed that it seemed like a way bigger difference in terms of the numbers rather than in real world performance. So without a doubt, the iPhone 11 Pro is the faster device, hands down. I'm not even lying, but the iPhone 8 Plus still definitely held its own, but the 11 Pro is definitely the clear winner. Now let's go ahead and hit on the cameras. There's a pretty big difference between these two sensors. So you have 12 megapixel sensors on all the sensors here, 3 12 megapixels, 2 12 megapixels, and you definitely have a better camera sensor as well as more features on the 11 Pro. It's still not like a crazy amount of features compared to like an Android, like a Galaxy Note 10 or something. But you do have that telephoto lens still on the 8 Plus, but you, along with that telephoto lens here, you have an ultra wide sensor which allows you to get more into a photo, and I'll show you what I mean by that. As you can see in this photo, it literally looks pretty good. This is pretty bad lighting, but you have that telephoto lens which allows you to zoom in, a ton into a photo. Look at my hand. Let me go ahead and zoom in all the way. Look at that, dude. You can see my fingernails. But when you zoom out, you only get that standard zoom. You don't get that ultra wide zoom, which for a lot of people they like, for some people they don't like, but for me, I do like it, I'm not gonna lie. But you still have portrait mode, you still have enough features to get you going, and it's still a very, very good camera sensor in my opinion. The iPhone 11 Pro just kind of brings that to a whole nother level. So not only do you have that regular telephoto lens where you can still see like a ton of my fingertips and everything, but you can zoom out and have that ultra wide sensor which allows you to get way more into a photo. As you can see my legs, and you can go even further out than this, but compared to the iPhone 8 Plus, you can definitely get a ton more into a photo, more features. You have night mode, you have portrait mode, which the 8 Plus has too, but ultimately, without a doubt, the iPhone 11 Pro is definitely the better sensor in my opinion. Now, hitting on the battery life, what I can tell you is, without a doubt, I do think the 11 Pro will have the better battery life. So you have a bigger battery on the iPhone 11 Pro, about a 3,000 mAh battery here, about a 2,600 mAh battery here. And even though the 8 Plus's battery isn't horrible, the 11 Pro definitely still beats it, even though it has a bigger screen, technically, better specs on paper, all that stuff. The 11 Pro will definitely beat it in terms of battery. So to kind of sum up this whole entire comparison, dude, the iPhone 8 Plus definitely, is a good phone still. But the 11 Pro is definitely better in every single way, which we already expected. We already knew that. I've been saying that since the beginning with. But I think without a doubt, the 8 Plus still kind of held its own, man. Like, it's still very powerful. It's still built very well. Apple's still selling it, so that means it's still a very good phone. You're still getting software updates for a pretty long time, a couple more years. And going from an 8 Plus to 11 Pro is like a very medial upgrade. Like, it's not that big at all, in my opinion. Like, if this was a 10 out of 10 or an 11 out of 10, as I've been saying recently, this would be like a 9 out of 10 or like 8.5 at the lowest. It can still do everything this phone can do. It's still pretty fast. It's just this one's just more of like a flex factor, in my opinion. If you pull this out, it definitely makes it look way more richer than this one, in my opinion. But if you want, going from an 8 Plus to a 10 is kind of a, same baseline upgrade, in my opinion. That one looks better. But a 10S is also pretty cheap. A 10R is pretty cheap as well. You can get those brand new or in the used market. So what I'll do, I'll go ahead and find the cheapest ones on Amazon, and I'll link them straight down in the description below. A 10R, 10S, and a 10. If you want to pick those up, you can get them down for the cheapest prices that I find on Amazon in the links below. You can help support the channel at the same time, but that's pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it'll mean so much if you guys could hit that. Also, check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. All those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.